Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train. Let's do another run. This time not terrible champion, who I hate. Let's try a random. Don't give me queen. Don't give me any Hellhorned, because I don't like Hellhorned. Don't give me Stygian again, at least primary. Who do we have? Normal Penumbra. I haven't played as this guy in a long time. It's Umbra Penumbra. Consume, and Gem Trove. And we are Wormkin. The last time we had Umbra Wormkin, we had Primordium, who upon receiving buffs, buffed another unit totally and completely. I like our starting deck, I really do. I think Packed Morsels, Gem Trove, what was the other one? Echo Snare. I think these are all good cards. I don't know how to play with Penumbra, admittedly. I hear that Capacity is the best one, but if you get like a Lucky Gorge relic, maybe you can go for the Gorge one, and then the Trample one is just way too big to play anyways, so. Better spells or Consume have a chance to be discarded. I think that's kind of nice. With 2 Packed Morsels and 2 Echo Snares and Consume Seraph. Sure, we won't be able to upgrade spells completely, but I mean, last run I think I upgraded spells like twice. X plus 3 Pyre plus 15. You know what? X plus 3 is really nice. Doesn't Umbra have the most X cost cards of all clans combined? Yeah. Forever Consumed, Kindle, Mind Collapse, Prism Retrieval, Prism Dust, Shroud Spike. That seems pretty good. Rationing Scales is actually a health bonus, but I think X plus 3 is really nice for the future. So Trample or Gorge Lifesteal. I hate it. And enemies do too much damage in Covenant or Pack Shard runs. You can't keep him alive. Even if you go capacity, and you give this guy like what, 80 health, that's still not enough. You have to give him a lifesteal every turn. And more. And he only does 170 damage, which doesn't scale. At least Glutton, Penumbra Umbra, starts with a little bit of lifesteal, and the Gorge triggers can get out of this freaking world. Like, doesn't he scale wonderfully? 15 plus 6? That's a lot. That's a lot. So we're gonna try Glutton. If we can get a, the spike that doubles gorging, that could be incredible. We literally have no damage cards, so a little bit of armor. It's only the units that hit for 2, not the units that hit for 5. Not the units that, gain attack every time you cast a spell. This should be fine. So, Penumbra, have fun. Have fun, kid. Get buff, kill the collector, and you also explode and you heal and you're annoying. So why don't we try to... Let's try to work you down. I might be able to get you eventually. Yep, za! We're not killing you, unfortunately, but you're gonna take a little bit of damage. Train Steward's gonna live. Man, lifesteal morsels are real good, and that preserved. So I'm gonna give you lifesteal and more damage. And you know what? We can even keep a Train Steward alive at the bottom, which is very interesting. It's looking like that unit's gonna make it through, though. We can Gem Trove! Yeah, but why, though? Let's start here. 4. If I play both of these, it'll be 6 times 2. You'll take 12 damage, which is still not enough to kill you. Is that correct? One damage per stack of shard. So 6 times 2, 12. You'll live and you'll still hit the pyre. So in that case, I mean, if I hit you, I'll take 4. Yeah. You're both gonna hit the pyre. I don't think there's a way around that. So I think what I'm gonna do is just Gem Trove. We get some good morsels at least. You're dead! Oh, because you were healing! Okay. In the end, I think this is actually better. We take 5. Now that guy is definitely gonna live. Although, hold on. Definitely my ass, he's freaking dead, dude! So already, our champion is way stronger than the unit that would just have trample. We do a substantial amount of damage. Why are we doing so little? Oh, you have lifesteal. But it does take a while to get your unit that strong, and while you are trying to... We have so many echoes on this floor. While you're trying to gorge them, you're not doing anything else with your morsel or your energy or your cards. Infused Immortal Trade with Lifesteal 4 and Ember Drain 2. Perils of Production, I literally have never run Ember Drain build before. I know that there's a lot of good Ember Drain shenanigans in the deck. Like if you get Void Binding and Immortal Trade and Perils of Production and you get them all holdover and you add Furnace Tap to your deck, you can have infinite energy and Ember Drain every turn. But like, that's too much. Yeah. Rage 3 isn't even that much. Void Binding I can see, and the Ember Drain does get counteracted by Perils of Production, but like, here's how I think about this. You have to have Perils of Production to stop the energy loss from Ember Drain to make it worth playing the other cards, unless you're on Relentless, and you kind of have to take all these cards when they show up. You can't just have like a thin deck of, oh, I just want Immortal Trade for the lifesteal for Relentless. Which is what I want. I want Immortal Trade for the lifesteal for Relentless, and Ember Drain 2 is really not that much energy loss. And it helps keep your units alive. And if you have a tank, it's really nice. Donunu says the worms confuse me. I assume you mean wormkin. They're not terrible. You just have to really just, the only thing is extract. You need pack shards to play extract cards. And then reap. But reap is like poison. That's it. See, I don't think we need more morsels because we have morsel generators and packed morsels and shade splitters. I don't really want the Perils of Production build, even though if we take this, we'd have to go to Merchant of Magic. We'd have to start holding over the card to make it worthwhile. I think I just want an Immortal Trade so that if I need to keep a unit alive, I can. I think that's what I like for that card. And then Power of Knowledge is an interesting consume synergy with the Wormkin, but so is Bounding Echoes and Echo Snare. Bounding Echoes infusing your cards, but we have nothing to do with the infusion right now anyways. Or Echo Snare for just a little bit of damage killing support units. So what would you take here? Well, we already have Fracture and Echo Snare, so I guess you'd probably go Bounding Echoes just to give you a burst in shards when you need it. And then hope that we luck into a unit that has some sort of a synergy off of that, and we found some. And this is very interesting because these are both really good. Okay, well, let's think. Shard Soul Carver is better at buffing himself. Keeper of Echoes is better at buffing a floor. Right now, we only have one unit in our deck, whatever we take here. Shard Soul Carver is cheaper, 1 energy instead of 2, but more capacity. But stronger, but can't buff friends on his floor, only himself. Does make it a good floor just to put out, you know, some inspirations on, but so does Keeper of Echoes. You put him on a floor with other units, you can buff them. And then essence-wise, I like Keeper of Echoes more because the Inspire +1/+1, sure, it only affects you, but it doesn't make you larger. Shard Soul Carver does have a bit of an energy problem on the floor. Crucible Collector as well. Do we need a tank? Our champion's already doing real freaking swell. Carver +1 and Inspire +2 and Armor 2 Keeper of Echoes. I mean, this is such a tough call. I've won with them both. I don't want Crucible Collector. Keeper of Echoes is easier to play capacity-wise, harder to play energy-wise. We're probably going to have enough energy that we can play the Keeper of Echoes, but it's not infused, but who cares? And if we can give it like multi-strike and some buffs, it's very nice, but this buffs itself faster. You know, I'm going to take Shard Soul Carver. It buffs its own damage faster. We cannot guarantee that we're going to get anything else to go along with it, but we can guarantee that we have that unit. So there you go. That's what I've decided on. Good or not, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let us go. Quick. Not what we're looking for. Magic Power and Piercing. Literally doesn't apply to anything. Engage Pact. Do we have a good unit? Inert Multi-Strike Gorge Fuel. I don't like the robot. His stats are not that good. Sweep kills his morsels. His health isn't amazing. He's a great early body though. We could take him just to get us through some combats. You know, take him so we can survive until we hit Fell, and then after that, we'll straighten out the deck a little bit. We could also put the Carver in the construct, but again, gorging sometimes is difficult, but then he would buff his own damage, have health, and then also get armor every turn. I think I'm gonna take him so that early we have a unit. And I wouldn't mind getting quick, we just can't afford it. But I don't think I'm gonna buy anything. I think I'm gonna save all of my money. Yeah, man, the future looks rough if we're saving our money, but it's really not worth it, I think, for a strength stone or a battle stone here. We really need to start thinking about large stones, multi-strike, and quick, but unfortunately we can't afford quick. So we're gonna fly low on this one. Enemies appear in each floor. It's not a lot of pyre damage, and it's not a lot of damage for our units, especially with the champion being able to survive top floor. Robot can't do a damn thing, but it's okay. Now, unfortunately, I also can't really, yeah, I mean, the pyre is going to take a small amount of damage. It's going to take 10, sorry, no, it's going to take 6 here unless we get morsels. I think we will play Shard Soul Carver. We didn't get any good morsels, unfortunately, but that's okay. So yeah, the pyre is going to take some damage due to the trial, but it's not a lot of damage. The first trial, what is it, like 12 damage maximum, I think is the number. So how about this? You're annoying. How much damage is coming in here? 10? 11, 25. The train steward blocks enough. And we could play the morsel here to get the kill, but I love lifesteal. We gotta weaken the enemies as they move up, right? What a 6 HP morsel does it, actually. Now you live. I think I will give you some lifesteal as well. I think I will wipe this floor. Get the gold. Five HP. A morsel can't kill you. I guess we'll just buff the champion. And only 2 units are making it up, but we can probably reap them to death if we have to. And this is a good turn to have Ember Drain and draw Gem Trove. I'm fine with that. So there's another kill. Now you're dead. We will buff you, and then you have lifesteal, but you might as well take this anyways. 168 damage. 180, 192. 198. I don't know, I was thinking maybe we could actually get the kill there. And then we don't have to deal with the other floors. Well, we definitely do not have to deal with the other floors. It's a gem trove. Sometimes you can play the card. So we have 2 Gorge units. I didn't even play one of them on that combat. Prismal Dust for damage shield. It's pretty good. And we absolutely want Echo Transfer. We have no extract cards, so we want some. I think I'm gonna take the gold here. I don't think we need anything. We're super low on pack shards, although we are gonna take the Divine Horde. We could go for an Umbra unit. God, I would love to get +6/+6 and then put it on the construct later. But what's the chance that you get a specific unit? That's Monster Train, baby. Instead, maybe we'll go to the right, and then if we get a good unit constructed here at the Merchant of Steel, we can just duplicate it here. How would that work? Well, basically what I'm thinking is, if we get a multi-strike, 2 Shard Soul Carvers on the same floor is pretty good. That's what I'm thinking. So I think I'd rather do this than this. It's quick, and if we get quick and multi-strike, it's not bad. Can we afford it? Yeah, barely. Completer champion gains +50% attack. That's only 10. And I think the champion doesn't even scale, does he? Nope. 10, 10, 10. The only thing that scales is the Gorge trigger. So, stronger units. You know, it means morsels can always do 5 damage, which is not terrible. So, that's something. Terrible, terrible, terrible relic. We afford it. 25, 60, 85. Can barely not afford a multi-strike if it shows up. If it costs 105, we can. If it costs any more, we can't. So I'm just gonna reroll. We got endless. This is not what I wanted. Well, I guess I'll make you tank here. Oh, 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 baby. Yes, yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, I have a newfound hope that we can actually succeed in this one run right now. This one run. How does this work? I forget. We got to play the card 6 times, I think. And then you come out as a 50-30, but you make huge ass units. Got to admit, her in the construct could be what we're looking for. but it's still only multi-strike 2. But it does raise capacity passively, which is very interesting. All right, because you're quick, I kind of like you at the bottom. Kind of like you at the top, but let's get morsels going first. Yo, the morsels do a lot of damage. You just do 10 damage, but you have 4 HP. It's not a big problem. So you're getting another kill. That's another kill. You can gorge. And then Train Steward has no reason for existing. You know, it's the problem with Umbra. We need capacity. We always need capacity. It's like the only thing we ever need. You're gonna take... You'll live if I do this. Means we can't play the robot. Which maybe we should have played. But it keeps you alive for another turn. Ah! Yeah, let's start here. Oh my god, the capacity is so high now. And you gain 2 armor. Okay, so... There's no pack shards up there. Now you're living. And with lifesteal, you can get back up to full health. So please survive a little bit longer. Oh, that's a nasty floor. But you're quick! You're living! You're living! I suppose we should also do this. And then, that gets a kill. You buff, you buff. I still don't want to play the Train Stewards, because if we can play the robot, we should. I know we literally haven't, but... What a draw. It's like, I hope nothing's on the top floor, can't really do anything about it. You might as well play this. You might as well play this. Might as well play this. Might as well play this. You're taking 434 damage. We're gonna be just fine. And hey, look, it's the robot. With a lot of capacity. Wait, why are you... Oh, we're dying to the spikes. Therefore, you're not gorging. All right, well. I wanna echo transfer. We didn't really gorge that much, did we? But this is no longer a gorge run. This is a survive long enough for heft to save your ass run. That's so good. Stop doing this to me. Stop giving me hard decisions. Plus 20, plus 2. Extract 4, Inspire, restore 5 HP, Revenge, apply Reap 5 to the attacking unit. Dude, Extract 4. A little hefty. I need to look at this. For 50-50, you give 30-30. But we'll lose the ability to resolve. I think maybe we just wait for her to show up and then we go to unit shops and look for like multi-strike and then double her and then like get her in the deck and then give her like a meld that can give her another bonus. Then we have big floors where we can do a lot of gorging. It's slow as hell, but like... Otherwise, what are we doing? We're gonna put 30-30 on something? What are we gonna put 30-30 on? A glug cider? The robot? No. 4 capacity on the robot means there's pretty much no room for healing or for gorging. Shard Soul Carver doesn't even have an upgrade yet, and you know, one multi-strike isn't good enough. I'm tempted to say nothing, but I also like the idea of a Glugsider being a sweeper, doing damage to a lot of units on the bottom floor. That being said, how the hell do you actually make that work? Extract 4 is virtually unplayable if you draw him on turn 1. Even on turn 2, it's going to be hard to play him. It's a lot of reap, admittedly. You know, if it's 50 reap and then you have 10 pack shards, it's 500 damage. Crucible Collector, Gorge, Lifesteal is not what we're looking for. We tend to get enough Lifesteal morsels on other units. And I just don't think Crucible Collector gives us that much. Like, do we really need a tank? You need to be at the front, you need to be at the front, you gorge, you gorge, you gorge, and you need to be at the front. If we take Crucible Collector, our floors are set in stone and he's big. I think we take nothing and we just wait for Hef. But like, how do you take nothing? You gotta take something. Glugsider is not a very good sweep unit. Crucible Collector is not that good. Crucible Warden is not that good. But they're infused, and the +10/+10 is good stats. We're not gonna give anyone +30/+30. I hate that she's trample though, but the capacity bonus means that eventually we can start playing everything we want on one floor. We might have to go capacity on our Penumbra though. But with Shroud Spike, we can get a lot of cheap gorging, which maybe we could hit with the Construct. Wingmaker needs to be upgraded, which means we could go Wormkin unit, possible meld, possible Hellvent. Artifact, remove 2 cards. I think we gotta go to the right and look for a Wormkin unit. But all the Wormkin units suck. You know, this is when a decision has to be made. This is one of those moments. Glareminder is much more interesting than anything else because of the sweep effect. But we're unlikely to get it because it's rare. We're unlikely to get Glugsider, but it's freaking impossible to play. If you draw this on turn 1, GG. In a bad way, because like you can't do anything. The Inspire is too low. 5 health, it doesn't matter. You're made to come out and then die. But you're unplayable. I just don't like the options. I don't like any of them. Maybe you go capacity here. And then we can go energy or draw after this. I really just, I'm kind of stuck right now. I'm stuck in a mindset of I don't really know what I want in the deck and I don't really know what to take. I do like another Wingmaker. I also like doubling up on Shroud Spike. That's pretty good. I think we're gonna go to the right. I was hoping for a -2. Spire. Shard Soul Carver is still kind of okay in the Construct. The plus damage and the plus armor and the plus health. Kinhost and another Keeper of Echoes. Rather, the first Keeper of Echoes, because we didn't take this, we took a different unit. But inspiration triggers are kind of nice on one floor. Can we build up one big floor? No, the capacity gain is going to be too slow. Kinhost Poopa, you are a multi-striker, but you're not good enough. Keeper of Echoes, we can meld Inspire +1/+1 into a Construct, but that's very slow gain. You could meld it into the Carver, but the Carver doesn't have multi-strike or anything else with it. Does function as an okay tank, but we already have 2 units who will go up at the front anyways. I gotta admit, +1/+1 is per Inspire is not bad on the Construct, but that means that means that we're not playing the Construct and the Shard Soul Carver on the same floor. So actually, I think Carver is better in the Construct. Are we really gonna go heavy into the robot? Dude, I think we are. I think I'm gonna pivot into a robot build. And then the champion is gonna do their own thing on another floor. Although a Keeper of Echoes is still nice to have for the bonuses. In that case. Yeah, so I'm gonna meld. And I think I'm gonna meld. I know we have quick on this unit, and it seems like kind of a waste at this point to pull it off. But if we pull it off and we put it on the Construct, it's larger but healthier, and it gains armor and damage with every inspiration trigger on its own floor. We might even be able to put the Keeper of Echoes behind it, but capacity is going to be at a huge premium. Makes my choice of units to play a lot easier, but it is kind of a waste. And then Wingmaker is good, but actually I think I just want another Shroud Spike, even though it's non-upgraded. And then we'll go Better Gorge. We can make huge units, but we have no crowd control. We have no wideness. The only wideness we have is Wingmaker, but we kind of need it to be holdover and then an intrinsic. This is not bad at all. They do 2 damage. They'll buff each other, but whatever. So I can give the robot fuel immediately. I can give the robot a lot of fuel. I wish we had like more energy gain, which would be kind of nice. You're annoying. You're gonna sap. You sap 4, quite a lot. I think we'll go here and here. Ah, it's gonna cost us energy. That's fine. That's fine. You do not need damage shield. You should take that one. You should take, I think I'd rather just give you a massive amount of health. And you know what? We're gonna kill everything on this floor because you're multi-strike. So you're dead. That was still dumb though, because we're gonna cost ourselves 1 energy. And we can still put the Keeper of Echoes here to buff the champion, and then we can still maybe try to fish for some multi-strikes on this unit, but I'm still looking at Hef. Like, I guess Hef is gonna go behind the robot and just be a support unit for more capacity. I guess that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. You are annoying, and I just can't kill you. So, good luck. You can at least get the gold. 1 more energy would have gone a long way on that turn, just saying. Shroud Spike is useless, and you're gonna make it up, so... And you're gonna, like, I'm not even killing you because I'm only doing 35 damage. I'm not even killing you because I'm doing 35 damage. Okay, we're not screwed. You go out. Stop adding garbage to my deck. You're gonna hit the pyre for 6. And you're gonna hit the pyre for 36. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it. We don't do a lot of damage, which is a problem. I think we're gonna die. We can't let those types of enemies make it through every turn. That's just, it's terrible. And you're gonna make it through as well. Like, admittedly, I'm not inspiring, but we're also, well, I mean, we're slightly sapped, but yeah, I'm not inspiring on this guy. I think this unit meld was terrible. We don't have one floor where we play all of our spells. That's not what we're building. He had 1 HP when he died. That's not enough. That's kind of funny. So this is what we're looking for. We need extract. That is absolutely what we need. The Pyres is still taking some hits. We gotta play this, because that's part of our win condition, is getting that card upgraded. Well, really, it's getting Hef out, but that's how you do it. We just need more. We need more of everything. So we took 57 damage, which is terrible. Shroud Mitosis is okay, I think. We need card draw, is what we need. We need to get to our morsel generators and thin out the deck more, but I like the card enough to take it. And I kind of like Revenge of the Damned for targeted damage, because we have literally none. However, Return Soul might give you a free card that doesn't consume, but it makes it cheap. So I actually think I'll go Return Soul. With Wing Clippings, I think that's okay. Dude, we have to upgrade units. Like, if we don't, we lose. As good as the spell upgrades would be, access to spells, draw is the problem. What we need is to make sure our units can actually survive and kill things, I think. So we need something like Multi-Strike, put it on the robot, and then we fish. We're not gonna get another Multi-Strike. Endless is also not what we're looking for. You could put it on Keeper of Echoes, but maybe you just make this unit a little bit tankier. Maybe give it 1 Multi-Strike in the future, but at least we have 1 unit that can do some freaking damage now. Even though it's only, you know, ×3. It's not nearly enough, is what I'm saying. We do have a lot of cash that we're not doing anything with, but I guess, you know, we could spend a little. If we got a lot of cash, let's spend a little bit of money. And then I will give you just a little bit more health. Even though I kind of got what I wanted, armor 50. It's not a huge problem. Although it does mean that we're gonna have a hard time killing the units with weak spells and weak units, but I'm gonna do it. I'm worried. That's basically it. I'm just worried. All right. Well, that's at least an easy turn. Although our robot has no fuel and the champion isn't really doing anything. Also, I cannot play you, but I can play. Man, this is terrible. We gotta get fuel, though. Okay. This gives us fuel. Gives us a lot, actually. We can then, I can gorge Penumbra 8 times and play 1 morsel for the robot. I gotta play the morsel, that's a good point. Then we have the capability of playing this and this. Gold's getting away, but the units are dying at least. Now, do you even play Keeper of Echoes? Like, what do you do with this? You need fuel. You can put it in the front, And then when it dies, you'll have an opportunity to gorge again, because we do need fuel on him. But if we play him up here, we can actually gain stats on the robot faster. Which damage do you have? You do 90. You're gonna live, so I'm actually gonna put the Keeper of Echoes up here, because I think I need to scale the robot a little bit more to kill him. Because it'll buff the damage of the robot with every fracture. You're 95. So I can kill you up here. That's enough. Now, capacity's a problem, but if we get Wingmaker and we can get a kill up there, that's good enough. But we're not gonna get a kill through the armor now that I think about it. You're gonna run out of lifesteal. I think that's okay. I think we buff you. I think, because next floor is gonna suck, I'm gonna give you 1 lifesteal. I'm gonna give you these morsels. I'm gonna... I don't really want to play the Train Steward to kill it, and I don't really want a Mortal Trade right now. Champion is very strong. Is it strong enough? We don't have trample, you just do a lot of damage. Use the cards in hand. Yes. Use extract. We need more damage on the multi-strike. It's a possibility of killing you when you make it to the top, but this is just more stats. And for even more stats, I'm gonna give you the damage shield. The robot at the top has to do everything right now, but it kind of can? Are we ready to get 10 energy? Did the Shroud Spike... You know what? If the Shroud Spike doesn't consume, we can bring it back and then play it for like 30. How can I not give it the attempt to work? It consumed! Damn it! Damn it all to hell! But you are a 83 times 3 now. So you're dead. You're dead. You're gonna live, which is terrible. Can I kill you with a spell? Probably not. Although, you know what? With Reap, I probably could. Start here. You've got enough fuel. Let's give you 1. What are you doing? Oh, because I'm doing 5. Makes sense. Let's, oh man, it's very tempting to bring back Echo Transfer, but I think Fracture is actually a little bit better, because I'm pretty sure I can kill that unit next turn and stop the Pyre from taking damage, although it is going to be tough. You're all dying. Maybe it's not so tough. Gem Trove or Shroud? I think you want Shroud. As good as the Morsel Miner is, I think you want massive lifesteal here. And then we'll just give you 1 of these. And then we'll buff. And then you can kill this guy. And you can kill this guy. Mighty Odin, welcome. How you doing today? What's going on? That's all I wanted. Literally, the only reason why I wouldn't have given the champion lifesteal is so that we had a better chance of drawing Wingmaker. But we drew it anyways. So we're gonna get Hef. Wait, what does hold on. I gotta look this up. I may have even screwed it up already now that I think about it. Do you turn down Wingmaker or do you turn down Hef to get another bonus? So, Wingmaker. If you leave, you get nothing. I think... No, if you ignore the Wingmaker, you get the thing that makes units bigger but smaller, but that's not a very huge benefit. And if we don't accept Hef, we get nothing. So we have to accept Hef, which is totally fine. I always just kind of forget how it works. I like an Excavation Eruption. It's a good opportunity to maybe do some damage with spells and upgrade this, magic power and piercing and whatnot. The good old Wingmaker is kind of the spell I'm looking for. Holdover, plus 10 magic power and piercing turns that into a beast of a weapon. So I think maybe Grovel is the play. I know we have a bit of an energy problem, but it's just a good card. It's solid. So is Excavation Eruption, though. I hate that they nerfed it. They made it, instead of 4 energy 4 times, it's 3 energy 3 times. You know, I'm thinking Divinity. Divinity has so many spell shield enemies. This is kind of annoying, but I think so that we have a spell, we'll take it. And then, I mean, this is very, very interesting. Wormkin Spike is clearly fantastic with our X-cost cards, but Soul Crushing Guilt is also great with the days. If you daze a unit, you don't have to kill it. This kills a lot of units. I think we gotta go Wormkin Spike on that one. So we have Hef. We gotta take her. She's gonna go on the floor with the robot and then buff the capacity of the floor so that the robot can gorge as much as possible. I think we gotta go spell upgrades. Damage shield 2 to the first, or when you play your morsel, draw 1. Card draw is really good. Damage shield is also really good because you can use a morsel to tank, or Penumbra can last a little longer until they gorge and get stronger. Draws, we're probably gonna go draw anyways. So I kind of like the damage shield that we can put out there to keep a unit alive. If we're damage shielding to keep units alive though, we're kind of in a losing game, but not completely. Play a morsel and draw a card. I think I'm gonna go damage shield, but I am thinking draw makes it more likely to hit Wingmaker and Shroud Spikes when we have morsels because you're drawing a card. So there's a bit of a synergy there, and Shroud Mitosis as well, but I do like just having damage shields. Although, you know what, screw it, take the morsel. Immediately changed my mind, and don't make me change it again. So Wingmaker, we can make Holdover. -2. We're gonna spend. Intrinsic. Dude, I gotta admit, an intrinsic Holdover Wingmaker is pretty good, but I would love to give it +10 magic power and piercing instead. So I think we'll how many options do we have? One. That's still fine. It's still very good. So is Shroud Mitosis. So is Shroud Spike, but it's Consume. So is Return Soul, to get 1 card every turn that might not consume anyways, and then you can maybe, you know, get Shroud Spike on the turn in which you actually have a good morsel that you want to like duplicate twice. Or Echo Transfer for the damage, or Excavation Eruption for possibly getting an energy refund. But I really think good old Wingmaker is the play. -1. I would like to just make Excavation Eruption playable. And Gemtro, for that matter. And -1 is very good on spikes as well. But we can pay to play the spikes as is. We'll do some upgrades and double stack. 8 times X plus 2 or 2 times X plus 2 damage shields. You know, I'd probably more rather be lethal. So there's lethal. then 16 damage. Let's make Gem Trove playable. It's tempting. You know, that's 32 damage per turn. Starting from the turn you draw this, and when it kills, you get a Slay trigger. But it's not piercing, but you know what? It hits 2 times, we don't need it to be piercing. I'm gonna give it the upgrade. And we have 55 pack shards. We're not really doing a lot with them right now. We have a big ol' hef. We need unit upgrades next, I think. -2 in the Gem Trove is okay. -2 in a Shroud Spike is pretty good as well. Intrinsic. Don't really think we need anything to be intrinsic right now. I just need draw, which is why I took this for the draw. I think we're gonna not get pack shards, which is scary, but we can just upgrade our spells later. We don't need this. It's gonna consume anyways. It's 15. We'd get up to 70? Yeah, screw it. I made Gem Trove free. Well, it costs 1, it's pretty much free. All right. Oh god, it's rage. Well, goodbye. We will lose. No, we're not gonna lose. I refuse. We're only taking 30 damage. We can totally survive this. But I do need the robot to gorge. So, I think Penumbra here. You need to gorge, because you're gonna die next turn. But I also want the robot to kill this thing next turn, so we'll start there. Okay, we didn't draw anything we wanted, which is actually good. Dude, we need lots of relics. We need energy, we need capacity, we need card draw. One morsel keeps us alive. So why don't we start with the packed morsels? Unfortunately, I can't play Hef up here, because you need to gorge first. We'll draw if we play a morsel. Play, one morsel in the front keeps you alive, so why don't you take another stack of lifesteal? We got Wingmaker! It's exactly what I wanted! Okay, okay. Now we think. Hef is so close to being playable here, but not quite enough. I think we wait for Hef to come back around, but I do think you Wingmaker here, just to make sure that you don't live. And then we can actually get a little bit more gorging going on here, and then maybe we can play Hef when they cycle back around. But you need damage, you need health. That was not bad. That was not bad. That was a good draw. Because now, literally every turn is just this. Now we also have a Shroud Spike, so why don't we bring back a Shade Splitter and hope for the best. Do you play Keeper of Echoes? Nah. Well, actually, you probably do play Keeper of Echoes right here, actually. Sure. You know what? I think that's good enough. I think you gorge on your champion. I mean, if you can make your champ, oh, you're gonna hit the pyre once. If you can make your champion an insanely strong unit that can handle Relentless, then we can just buff the robot to handle everything else, right? That's my thinking. And at this point, Hef might as well go down on this floor. That is not the right card. That's the card. You know what? Ooh, you guys are gonna do so. If I can buff the robot, I can kill you. We'll start here. That's enough for a hefty robot buff, let me tell you that. Now you're doing 90 times 3 damage. Now you're doing 105 times 3. When we draw the right cards, the buffs happen super quickly, but we gotta get to that point. And I do kind of have split inspiration bonuses here, but whatever. Whatever. Lifesteal works better than damage shield on you because you're getting hit more often. So I'm gonna do this. Speaking of damage shield. Now we didn't play Wingmaker, but we're close to the bottom of the deck and there's nothing to kill with it. So I chose to spend my energy on something else. Now there is that unit making it up, but we're ahead of the curve. This guy, he doesn't worry me that much. We also have Spike, Reap, and Infusion. Not a huge turn. You're doing 25 damage? You know what? Playing that on the boss could have been nice as well, but, you know, kill the weak units moving up. Pretty good turn for Immortal Trade, honestly, because we're almost at Relentless. We'll start with the more cells, or giving you just a whole bunch of damage shield. Or both, because then you'll get back up to full health. Or actually, I'd probably rather give you the damage shield and you the Immortal Trade. So let's do that. Damage. Okay, 3 copies. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Copy. You can take that one, and you should probably just get lifesteal. And you're a 161 damage unit. That's pretty good. Can't play Hef, but that's fine. I don't know how I'm gonna play Hef. I haven't figured that out yet. Oh, let's go! 11 lifesteal. The exact reason why I wanted card draw is actually working now. We're getting card draw. Dun 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 dun. Sure. We're gonna take card draw, by the way. That's more important than energy or capacity. Capacity is annoying and Hef is not super playable all the time, but if we can just, oh my lord, if we can just buy 1 turn, then we can gorge the robot, then play Hef, and then have 1 turn without gorging. That's totally fine. Do we need to upgrade units? Oh my god, maybe. This is a tough one, because duplication to get like another Shroud Spike in the deck is pretty funny. But not that amazing. I think we go right, because we get a Cavern out of this as well. We don't need a 4th Spike either, I don't think. Now I gotta admit, Trample is kind of tempting because enemies are having a lot of health. It would be good to trample them to get the kills, but you gotta admit, just higher damage on the Gorge is great too. But if we can get you to 300 damage, wouldn't we want you to have Trample? I mean, that's what we had on the last combat. This is 600 damage. Like, what the problem right now is killing the waves of enemies. Because when we hit Relentless, our champion is gonna have so much health thanks to Shroud Spikes that they're not gonna be in a rough spot. They're gonna be able to survive it. We just need to get them to that point. The robot is currently the only thing doing damage that kills waves of enemies. This helps. So I'm actually leaning towards it. We're gonna have a lower capacity on the floor, but then if we just play Wingmaker, we can get capacity back. As long as it gets kills, capacity is not a problem. Gorge +9 +4, plus we can gorge multiple times every time it happens. This is not quite double as good. 4 turns into 6, 9 turns into 15. So I think maybe a small temporary transition into monstrous so that we can get good gorges happening that apply trample might be a little bit better. Lower total damage, but less wasted damage on like a weak frontline unit. Alternatively, kill whatever's in front, robot can handle everything else, but the robot's not going to be able to handle everything. Not completely, not all the time. I actually do think you go trample. Kind of hate it, but let's give it a go. Now, spell chain, I would love to see. I should have looked here first. No spell chain. And excavation eruption with piercing or wingmaker with piercing would have been nice. We should have waited, you know, because this is better than the other upgrade, but that's okay. Endless. We don't need endless. We don't need damage shield. We don't need +3. I think this is just a reroll. Multi-strike? I mean, on Hef, you know, that's pretty good. You're a worthy unit to play now. Sure, I have no money. Take my pyre health. Give me a good relic. Consume, gain magic power. I mean, I'll take it. It's not amazing. Because we only have like 3 cards that do damage and they already do a lot of damage. 70 pack shards, hell vents to the left, 10. I'm gonna have to dupe something. I wouldn't mind duping a gem trove. That'll probably buff us by like 10. But I really don't want to go to a Merchant of Steel. I want to go to a Merchant of Magic at this point. So you know what? I kind of hate to do it. But I guess what we can do is we can just sack the Keeper and put it in Hef. It's not great, but you become stronger, and we're at 95 now, which I think we need to do. Spell Chain. This is a lot of pyre damage, but because we have trample, if we can keep the champion alive, we can kill him on the top floor. Although I don't know what we're going to do with the other floors. Hope for Wingmaker, I guess. This doesn't even kill you. No, it can. Return Soul on a Shade Splitter can kill you. You guys do 30 damage. Yeah, okay. Penumbra's not gonna gorge, but we can do this. The robot will go on this floor though, which means that I don't know where Hef is gonna go. We're gonna draw him next turn, and they're not gonna be playable. The robot up here means we could play Hef, but then how are we killing these units? Well, there's 4 of them down here though, hold on. Robot, blocks 2, hits twice, Penumbra hits lifesteal. What happens first, do you think? You know what? Train Steward and Penumbra can't fit on the same floor. Well, you know what? Why don't we just start down here then? We'll be Ember Drain next turn, but we'll kill everything up here, and the robot will have energy for this turn. Where does Hef go? Hence the question, what the heck do we do with Hef? Train Steward, Construct. Construct's not going to have fuel, so it's got to be Echo Snare, Shade Splitter, Return Soul, Shade Splitter. We are going to draw when we play Morsel. You also cost 2 energy, so the Shade Splitter means that you can't do that. Okay. Chill. I got it. We Shade Split. We play a Morsel, and we draw. That does it. that easily handles the situation. Okay, because this will kill whatever floor we want. and we're guaranteed to draw heft. Dude, I think you play robot on the top. Although it is going to cost us 1 energy next turn, which means you can only play heft. Because here's what I'm thinking, right? Well, no, Penumbra's still going to die. It's almost going to die. Because if you play the robot will gorge, but it'll only do 90 damage, which is not enough to kill you. On the top floor, we have 1 more turn to wait for the gorge to kill you. We're going to draw heft. Heft can't even be played behind Penumbra, and it can't be played behind the robot, so where the hell are we going to play heft? The only way we can play heft is by playing the damn robot up here, giving ourselves Ember Drain, killing the units with Echo Snares on this turn, and then playing Penumbra here to hopefully not die. Although I don't think it's going to die, but I think it's going to come real close. Because we're taking damage after we hit him because of the whole trample situation, and we're not gorging either, but at least we're kind of dealing with 1 floor. Then you gotta play Alloyed Construct up here, even though it's not getting any fuel. That's okay, because these units are dying. Then, we might as well... Well, we're gonna play this. You might as well play this here. You might as well bring this back. Shade Split. Now you're all dead. And then, I would love to give you a morsel, but we're gonna give you, instead, 1 lifesteal. I really want to play heft. And I know that our champion is not gonna die, but they're gonna come real freaking close. Uncommon or rare morsels. This is a weird situation. I want a common morsel, please. I want the ability to get energy, but you know what? Lifesteal also works. Yeah, it actually does. Okay. So what do? You play heft. You gorge the crap out of this floor with the Shroud Spike, and then the robot's gonna get like 2 or 3 fuel to kill this on the next turn. And then the champion's gonna have infinity lifesteal. You can't gorge, but we're still doing 100 damage. You'll still die. Don't worry about it. We're okay. There's Wingmaker. Damn it, we should have played the morsel first. You're gonna probably hit the pyre once. I've accepted this. Just end turn. Misplays are happening. They're not huge misplays, but they are misplays regardless. How are you dying? You're taking 60 damage. Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna have to do something about that, won't we? As much as I would love the energy. Also, as much as I would love the robot to have some fuel, that's not enough? Oh, okay, we should have given the robot some fuel then. I didn't run the math on that, but I really thought the robot was gonna live. Okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. You need... We're gonna give you fuel. We're gonna keep you alive. You have 1 lifesteal. You need health. This is gonna draw more lifesteal. We're gonna gorge the crap out of the health morsel. Dude, actually... I think we need the damage more. Because if we put up some blockers in front, you're not gonna die. But we have to put up 2, which means we have to Shroud Spike it in the front, or Mitosis it in the front, which we can do. But I think you... hit like this. No, that'll work. Play this. Dupe it. Then double up on one of them. Now they're both dead. It's close. It's so close. We're doing a lot of damage now. Well, we're doing like 280 damage now, but this is exactly what we're looking for. We get another Shroud Spike, okay. I would prefer a damage morsel. You know, Why not? It is damage. That's damage. You're not dying, which I'm very disappointed in. However, why won't you just die? He's gonna have 6 HP. That mother trucker is gonna have 6 freaking HP. Dude, we have drawn nothing in our deck. Dude, next floor is gonna suck. But I guess that's why we're gonna give you 9 damage shield. Six damage is not that bad. Why is our energy so... Oh, we were ember drained. God, I hate that. How good would a freaking excavation morsel eruption be? You know what I'm talking about. Well, that's basically all we can do, so do that and end turn. Our robot's doing a lot of damage, admittedly. Energy morsel? Nah, that's fine. We'll bring back... You might as well bring this back because it's already gonna consume. So if it consumes, it consumes. You do sweep, so the morsel will die, but that's okay. We're also gonna have no energy, but that's also okay. Every turn of damage shield gives us such value. I need to remember this combination. You play the morsels after you give them infusion, so you get more buffs for every morsel that you play. Yep. What's up? Zah! There's room for a train steward. You know what would be so good? A descend. A descend to fix capacity would be so helpful. 2 energy every turn, Ember Forge. That's so tempting, but also so trash. We can't meld it, otherwise I would take it and put energy in something else, because that would help our X cards, but no, we just don't have the capacity for it. Like, our deck is 34 cards. 2 extra X on a card, or actually be 4 extra X on a card. It's not what we want. It's not what we want. It's gonna take too long to draw, and playing it on the robot floor is gonna be too hard. I don't even know where the robot's gonna go on Divinity, because we just don't have capacity. This is not the run for that. I do think that a return soul is worth it. We don't care about consuming cards. And we want to draw specific cards on specific turns. Now I'm very tempted, actually, to go Hellvent. So that we can, like, thin out the deck by removing fractures to get more morsels. And maybe even, instead of, you still probably want to dupe a Shroud Spike, but you've got to draw it on a turn with a Shade Splitter, Packed Morsel, Gem Trove. We don't have many morsel generators in the deck. Merchant of Magic. Magic power is useless. Lower costs aren't super useful. Dude, maybe you go and like double a Packed Morsel. Maybe you go and remove fractures and then you buy relics and then remove another card. We don't need unit upgrades, but we don't really need spell upgrades either, except for not consume, but they're not gonna consume half the time anyways. We could double it. We have 6 cards per turn. We can bring them back. We can bring them back, man! All right, we need to thin out the deck a little bit more. It's trash. So, fractures can go. When one or more echo is added to a floor, apply Reap to a random enemy unit twice. When you play your 20th morsel, deal 150 damage to all units on all floors. When a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. We play a lot of Consume cards. We also play a lot of morsels. I can afford them both. The thing is, I wonder if this could keep me alive. I'm gonna take both of those. I actually think they're kind of worth it. And then how much would it cost to, well, you know what, we gotta take this anyways, and that's exactly enough for removal. So get rid of the fracture. And then what do you dupe? I actually think you probably dupe packed morsels, but it is really fun to think about a 4th Shroud Spike that's infused and consumed. We need more morsel generators, but if we get 1 morsel and a Shroud Spike, we get a lot of morsels, so. And also, Trader's Quill is really good on this fight. You add a lot of garbage to my deck, which means I hate you immediately. But we can not play Hef. We drew too many things on turn 1. We 50-50. It consumed, which is not what we wanted because we wanted to bring it back. This is actually pretty bad. But I think you still gotta go robot bottom, because like you gotta kill these guys. They're gonna add so much garbage to your deck. We're not gonna kill them for a while, but like we gotta start the process, right? Like we gotta Shroud Spike the construct. Or you can Shroud Spike Penumbra, I guess. Oh, you top floor? Maybe even play Hef to get the capacity going? No, you can't do that. You gotta play the construct up there. But like, if Penumbra can get strong enough, maybe they can just get the job done, right? Screw it. That's all right. It'll do 30 damage. But I think we will play the robot. And I think I will just gorge this morsel. I hope you're living, by the way. It consumed. Fantastic. But I think we need the Penumbra at the bottom, because if we can gorge the crap out of them, we can just kill the bottom floor quickly-ish. This is like terrible, terrible, terrible draw, though. Oh, it's good draw. I think we'll play this up here. We'll have to play a Shade Splitter up here to do... well, it'll do 1... we play this and play this. This will do 8 damage. Won't kill you. No, it'll do 8x plus 2, which means it'll do 16. So you'll die. Okay. Play this. Play this. Play this. That saves the top floor a lot of hassle. You can take even more lifesteal. And you, I will play this because you might as well. Yeah, we'll give you a lifesteal, and then you need more damage, and you need more damage. Leave the other morsels in the deck. If you draw them, they count as their own draw because of the Mask of Penumbra. We got a lot of trash in our deck, though. That's a huge problem. Can't quite kill you. I will take 1 pyre damage. That's okay. You know what? Oh. This will do 30 damage. It's not enough to kill you. No, it is. No, it isn't. Hold on. You play this, you do 30 damage. You're gonna have 160. You're gonna live with 1 HP. The morsel's gonna kill you, but then you're gonna live to go up to the next floor. You have lifesteal already. I think we can put this on the robot, even though we don't get damage out of it. We're actually staying ahead of the cards pretty nicely. Okay, up until this point. and the self-mutilations in my deck. Wish they weren't freaking here. Stop one of you. Now I could buff my own damage, but it doesn't stop any more minions. In fact, you make it up to the pyre. I'd rather you just make it up to the pyre, because this doesn't kill you any faster. Funnily enough, a train steward in the back would, but then what the heck are we going to do with our unit who is having a slow time making it through the deck because of all the garbage that's in our deck? We're not going to be able to play Hef at this point. Like, we're only drawing 4 cards per turn, just due to the garbage that's being added to it. So if you play the train steward, that gets another kill. How do you kill the train steward later? Oops is the answer. We're not ahead of anything. And the Morsel Blitzbox is so far behind. I wonder if Shroud Mitosis helps for it. But also, hey, can't help but notice, no morsels in hand. You gotta go. Kills one of you. Helps substantially for the floor capacity. And then there's no morsels, so... This was the worst draw that I was scared of, and it happened. Okay, you need fuel desperately. We can also bring back a spike, and we have a spike in hand. Okay. We got a lot of stuff to play. Do we have an energy morsel? No, we don't. We just have shroud spikes. I need an energy morsel. Can we get one? Shade Splitter. Packed morsels could give me an energy morsel, which means we can shroud... but if we do that, we can't bring back a shroud spike and shroud spike twice, which is what I want to do. So I think we'll just Gem Trove. We'll Gem Trove here. You're gonna live. Excavation Eruption kills you, but then this floor isn't gonna make it through. We don't need to kill everything here. You know what? Wingmaker does a lot. It does, 50 damage to 2 units, and then it, yeah, okay. It's also good here just to try to maybe get to a point where we can play Hef, but Hef can go behind Penumbra for all I care. So what do you consume? I'm okay consuming an Excavation Eruption, but we should play it on a better floor. Let's play it up here. It's gonna do 120 damage, which is, I think, enough to save the pyre. It's gonna get hit once right now, which is better. Then you get played. Slows them down. We need morsels. And you need lifesteal. And we're gonna gorge this 8 times. Do I have anything else that can give me energy? Excavation Eruption can give me 1 energy. I mean, I could just pull back a Shroud Spike, I guess, and just Shroud Spike twice. There's no reason not to, I guess. So, sure, give you this. You need more health. That's the problem. Well, no, because you have lifesteal. You're gonna live for 8 turns. You're gonna do 3,000 damage. In that case, I think I'd like to stop the pyre from taking damage. Like, we could bring back more gorging, or we could just kill that unit on the top floor. I mean, that'll do it right there. I'd rather this not be Consume, though. So what does damage on the top floor? Wingmaker? We don't need capacity here. You know what? Let's consume Wingmaker. Because now you're dead. You need fuel. And you need to gorge. Now, waves remaining 1. Scary. Wingmaker didn't consume. But now it can consume, and now it's free as well. Interesting. Is it consume forever? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to consume these cards as well. It's like, let's, It's not going to matter. It's not really going to matter either. Let's give you Reap because you're the boss. It consumed, which is actually kind of what I wanted. I will play a morsel. Do you need fuel? You do, okay. We got another morsel anyways! You need health. Boss is taking a lot of 26 Reap. You know, we're stacking it up slowly. Now, you're taking 2,300 damage. Hef, Shroud Spike. Hef is gonna do a lot even on her own. 3,300 damage. Let's see what we get. Should we give you 30 HP and 30 damage shield? Or just a lot of damage? 30 HP and 30 damage shield when we have 6 lifesteal is actually not that much. Maybe we'd be okay just like with a gem trove. I'm looking for a lifesteal. We got one. It consumed. But you know what? I have another gem trove. More morsels. Morsels for everyone! Right. I'm so surprised the pyre did not take that much damage in the end. What went wrong? Drawing Hef and the robot on the same turn was terrible. We need that to not happen. I also have no flippin' idea where we're even gonna play anything, because we just don't have capacity, and the top floor sweeps, which kills the morsels. So where the hell are we gonna go? I hate these guys, but Wormkin Spike will kill them, so we have time. So without drawing the robot, we could technically play Hef in the middle, and then in 2 turns, we'll have the capacity to gorge. You guys will make it to the pyre. No, you're not, because I'm gonna apply 40 Reap to you. We gotta keep Penumbra alive. That's a problem. It's weird because Penumbra on the top floor isn't that bad, because if we force feed with the spikes, we don't need to worry about you killing morsels at all. I kind of like Penumbra at the top so we can get that trample damage going, and then the middle floor can just be like getting stuff started. But you're gonna take a lot of damage on this turn, but next turn I can play the robot and gorge it on the same turn. But the bottom floor just sucks. It sucks terribly. That's why I was thinking about this floor, but I am curious what we draw off of the Shade Splitter, but I also don't know where we're going to be playing cards right now, like where we're going to be playing our units. So I think because we need Wormkin Spike down here, we're going to play this here. We're going to play this either on the middle or the bottom, because on the top it'll die. We play it on the middle with Hef. Next turn, we will be able to play the robot, but not gorge it. Unless we draw Wingmaker, and these units are weak enough to death that we can kill them. So I think we go Penumbra top, so that we can wait to get a Shroud Spike. And then with Hef and the robot in the middle, we'll have capacity soon, not immediately, but soon, to play all of our morsels. Next turn, though, the robot is going to take not that much damage, but a bunch. And we're going to have to work on the bottom floors and keep the robot alive, which is going to be really hard, because next turn there's going to be a lot of annoying units coming up. But really, I'm just kind of waiting for Wingmaker to show up. Once it shows up, we should be fine. So I think force-feeding Penumbra, or the robot, works. Hef can go here. With the capacity gain, we can play the morsels in the future. But next, weirdly enough, unless we draw a Shroud Spike next turn, we cannot gorge at all. And I think that's going to be a very core moment of this run. There's another thing that we can do, which is play Hef here. If we do that, will she live? Because next turn we'll have more capacity here for gorging, but then units are going to be here immediately. Still, I don't know. In the end, I don't know. How much damage is here? 18 plus 12, 30 plus 30, 60. So Hef down here will die. So we can't play Hef there. So I think we got to play Hef here. Whoa! Well, you know what? We could play Penumbra here and then Shroud Spike the crap out of it, and then we'll have a bunch of gorging happening. So that draw, I think, does change what we're doing. Oh my god, we're gonna get so much value out of Wormkin Spike as well. But I think it's what we want. You know what? No, we can play any unit anywhere because we're gonna get energy. But I think you still want to force feed Penumbra. Now we have infinite energy for the turn. And so now I think you do play up here. We'll force feed the robot in the future when we have to, because I don't think you can survive anywhere else. I wish I could play a 96 value X card and it consumed, but that's a good start for Penumbra, you got to admit. What the hell was that superfood ass morsel? It was energy +1/+1. So I gorged it 10 times, now I have 10 energy. Simple. Really. Hef, I can give damage shield to. I really do think you go to the top floor and you force feed. I really do. It's weird, there's more energy for next turn, but I think it'll fit. I think it'll work. You're gonna kill this unit immediately. We should have played the Train Steward up here so we're gonna be Ember Drained. That's a mistake. Also, none of those units died. Why? I don't know. No, they did die. They were just reaped, and now they're not reaped. Excavation, Erupting, Bounding Echoes. So we have Shroud Spike, but we can't utilize it, which is annoying. Not the end of the world. We have to play the robot. I don't think you play Excavation Eruption. We don't need it, because everything's dying, and we just don't really have the, like, we have to get the robot out. And then force feed it later. So I could give you Ember Drain and Lifesteal technically, but we can wait on that for later. The robot will die down here, so like you literally can't play it down there. So I think you play that, and then I think you next floor is gonna suck. I could buff this floor slightly, might actually be for the best, because you're not dying to reap 2. You'll take 4 damage. I'm really hoping for Wingmaker next turn. That would help so significantly, and we got it. So the Wingmaker, it kills the Lightwing, and which is the big thing. 19 damage is enough to kill these enemies that are being buffed, and it's enough to kill you next turn. So I love this. It's holdover. We take significantly less damage. You're still not gorging, which means that things are going to make it to the pyre, and I don't know how to deal with that right now, because we need to get Return Soul to bring back Shroud Spike so we can actually gorge. However, with Gem Trove we can gorge, so that's what we're going to do. How's that going to work? I think I'd like to kill you. I think I would like to give you 1 lifesteal. You don't need 2 lifesteal. So why don't you take damage? Why don't you Gem Trove? Now your morsels are safe. You can take... A lifesteal morsel will die because it's going to attack unless I give it damage shield, which is funny. It's still probably worth it, actually, so that we can get some... Oh, because all my morsels are going to die onto the spike, so we have to give something damage shield. So you might as well give this unit damage shield. It's a bit of an overpayment, but then we get lifesteal next turn. The one negative about it, you know, everything... dying. About the +5 damage on all units. The morsels attack, but then they also die. It's not enough to kill you. Why are you like this? Oh, you're stronger now. Still not enough to kill you, but close. So you're giving everyone spikes? It's not a big deal. Still play it. It's like 50 damage to all enemies. I would like to also play this. I might be able to kill you. Damn shield. We'll get draw off of this. You're dying to the spikes, but I can force feed you. Yes. Oh, it's good. You're not quite dying. How's the next floor look? Next floor looks pretty sketch. Do we want more damage here or more damage here? I think we want more damage on the robot because it needs the damage. We got garbage added to our deck. This is actually an okay turn because we can bring back a Packed Morsels and a Shroud Spike. Now, who gets the Gorge? I think the robot, because we need the robot to actually be able... And I'll take the pyre damage, I think. We need the robot to attack next turn, because this thing is making it up. Chains of the Sighted. You might kill me if you live. Next, you know what? Next turn, if we're getting a Shroud Spike, maybe we'll luck into a morsel. Are we willing to risk it? Should we try to force feed the crap out of Penumbra? Because we get so much damage on Gorge, and it does damage here, I actually think you force feed Penumbra. But I acknowledge that I'm looking at this and I'm like, 169 damage is not nearly enough. This means we'll do an extra 48 to you, plus 48 from the spell. This saves us a little bit of damage, but is otherwise meh. I'm also looking at this like, Hef might die pretty shortly. And the robot's gonna be down to 25 HP, which means they're gonna live with 1 HP. So we don't need a Wingmaker up there, we can save it. 2 Wingmakers kills you guys, but like, we gotta focus on you. Actually, you know what, a Train Steward here? No, because I want to force feed. Bring back the Shroud Spike, you bring back a Packed Morsel, a Packed Jar, and you see what you get. You infuse and consume. Well, infusion up here is more damage and health. Infusion here is 30 damage, but this is also some damage over the next turn, but this is some damage now. Let's go for the now. Oh! Sorry, my apology there. I don't know what came over me. I'm not normally like this, I swear. I mean, you both already infuse and consume. 12 times, huh? Well, now here's the ultimate question. You can gorge here. You can't gorge here because of the sweep. So do you gorge here and give the robot plus 72 damage, plus 72 health, and 12 fuel? You will do 300 damage in a turn, which means you're almost certainly dead. Good time to draw that, actually. So you do 400 damage. You're gonna kill the boss. And I consider them a boss. We're getting rid of the we're getting rid of the Wingmaker, but we did it because we're about to shuffle and we needed that spike to happen. We got another spike. You love to see it. You're dead. I didn't know I would see that, but I'm glad to see it. And we have a return soul. So if Shade Splitter gives us energy, we might be able to infinite Shroud Spike. It's not infinite Shroud Spike, but it's Shroud Spiking. We got energy! Well, we gotta go for it again, right? We're not gonna shuffle. Weight of Contrition, who cares? That's not even gonna kill anything. Just play it up here. Like, you gotta go for it and try it, right? Because if it doesn't consume, we're gonna have the largest consume of all time. It consumed! Why? Why do you do this to me, game? You give me the opportunity to, and you never let me keep it. Well, you might as well bring this back, and then consume it. There you go. Zah! Okay, that's a nasty-ass floor. 43 damage to a random enemy unit 3 times. It's pretty bad, actually. Taking 50, you're dying. I don't think I can keep you alive. But Hef, you helped. We'll say that. You helped. You did good, kid. You did good. 381 damage. Not even close to being enough to deal with this floor. Now you're living. You're living for one more turn because of that. That's fantastic. You're taking 50 damage. I don't think I can stop you from taking 50 damage. So I think I'm just gonna gorge the champion 10 times, which is 90 extra damage, which is pretty good. I know it gives you armor, but it also does 30 damage. With the spell shield, with spell shield, this doesn't do anything. And if I get 1 lifesteal morsel, I can get back up to full health. So I think I'm just gonna, I mean, this is also an insane amount of health. It's 100 health. 7, 10, 5, 10. You're gonna be close to death. You're gonna be very close to death. Maybe we're okay excavating up here to see if maybe we can get him killed, but it would have to hit the same unit twice, and it can't hit the front unit, and it can't hit the back unit. So it's gotta hit these 2 units in the middle twice. It's unlikely, let's say. So I think we're just going to gorge you. Good time to draw that. And now we're doing a lot more damage. We're not killing everything that we need to kill. But Gem Trove and Wingmaker both help. In fact, Wingmaker is highly, highly great for this floor. We also have another Return Soul. 3 of them can, do we have a 4th? We do, we have 1 more Shroud Spike, but that's still bad. only slightly. You do 50 damage. I gotta kill you, but I gotta keep you alive as well. So I kind of like Train Steward, Wingmaker, Return Soul, Wingmaker. Train Steward will take 1 shot. Hef will live. You'll die, lose the spikes, will wipe the floor, and live barely. But we need energy to play the Shade Splitter. So you know what? Gem Trove is actually the better play. Gem Trove, Wingmaker, Return Soul, Wingmaker, probably. So let's start with the Gem Trove. It should actually... It should probably... I think it'll do enough damage to stop everything on this floor. You have 2 spell shield. So the spikes are gonna stay, and then Hef is gonna die. Hef is gonna do 61 damage because you're living, because of your spell shield. But I want to kill you because you do 50 damage. You're a tough nut to crack. The only spell I have is freaking Wingmaker. So Wingmaker here is pretty nice because it gives us more capacity as well. But Wingmaker here stops you. You're hitting for 7. This will block it. Then you're hitting for 11 and 15. You're hitting for 26, and then we're hitting 3 times. Dude, the robot is almost dead, and I don't know how to keep him alive right now. We'll start here. 1 lifesteal down here means that we'll survive Relentless. So the only thing we have to worry about is surviving the next turn, which means the Disciple at the top. If we can survive him, we will live and win. With 1 morsel play. We're focused entirely on the top floor, which means Wingmaker, bring it back Wingmaker to kill you. And stop the spikes, and keep Hef alive. Because what else are we gonna do with our turn? There's nothing else to bring back. But we need Wingmaker, because we actually do need to make sure that the spikes die, so that we... It's only 5 damage? It's 14 damage that it would save us on that top floor, which is actually pretty good. You've got to go. You're more important, though, because you're 50 damage next turn. I'd rather take 14 and hope for a good morsel, I think, or just damage shields to go out in front. We have a damage shield card and a Shroud Spike. So you know what? I think I will play this here. It held over. So we'll... I guess in hindsight we should have maybe played it up here, but it doesn't matter in the end. Play this. Play this. Luckily we didn't draw anything important. If the robot cannot kill this guy, we will lose. So we need something that can keep the robot alive. Damage shield will do it. So I think we will win. Already. I can guesstimate that we will in fact win. We just have enough health that we can survive it now. Yeah. I wish I could give you lifesteal. I know, buddy. I know. I can give you lifesteal. We don't need Penumbra to have another 10 of these. I just need to make sure you live. 3 damage shield is enough. Because this floor is being wiped. Maybe we do just put it all into Penumbra, because who cares at this point? You know? Admittedly, having a robot have 137 HP plus, because I just want to make sure that this will keep us alive and kill you. It will. So you know what? We're gonna spike up Penumbra, I guess. Final check. 3 damage shield. 7, 7, 10. Hit, kill, hit, do 134 damage. Hef will die. You're doing 500 damage, you're wiping the entire floor. Okay. So we'll do this. This is technically more. Morsel Blitz! Brr, 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 brr. Oh! Funnily enough, that would have done it because you wouldn't have killed the pyre. Good fallback spell, I guess. If we could not have kept the robot alive, that would have kept our heart alive. Our pyre, and then we would have still won. That's pretty funny. Anyways, I think the robot's killing you now. How embarrassing is that? You're dying to a freaking robot. I can't believe that I managed to survive this run. Umbra is real hard, because you've got to, like, double down in morsels or completely abandon them. And so we doubled down into the morsels with, oh good, shroud mitosis, with a robot and 4 shroud spikes. Ding. But can end with our champion as well. But we gave them trample to help kill units. And can I also say, winged clippings with the chance of discarding cards instead of consuming them. I mean that the shroud spikes actually were replayable. We picked up, what is it called? First Hell Pact, making the shroud spikes even better. This is one of those runs where I have to feel like if we didn't get exactly everything that we got on this run, we would have lost. Like, take one thing away, we would have lost. Take wing clippings away, that's a loss. Take Hell Pact away, that's a loss. Take, definitely Shadow Box. Trader's Quill even probably, take it away, that might be a loss. But just because we got everything that we got specifically and exactly, we were able to make it work. Hef, even Hef, because the Wingmaker was very good as a card, although we should have waited and tried to give it +10 magic power and piercing, would have been worth more. Even Echo Snare. Echo Snare, maybe not Bounding Echoes, but Immortal Trade, Prismal Dust, Return Soul, Gem Trove. I don't even think we played Excavation Eruption. Wormkin Spike, when we played it for like 90x. Everything mattered on this run. Do I like it or hate it? I don't know. I feel like I could have played a little bit better there, but hey, at least it's still a win. For those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel, any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.